Oh, what a night. What a night. What a night it is. What a night. What a night it is. Good evening. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. My boy Austin Taylor will be on in a minute. Big news going down in Baton Rouge tonight. Lane Kiffin is showing just why he is who we thought he is. He is the Portal King. You got him all right, Paul. You got him all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. We got him. He didn't just land a recruit, he landed a nuke. He set it off. Absolutely destroyed the game. Absolutely. He's changing the way we look at recruiting, changing the way we look at college football. And it reminds me of something that someone told us literally this season.
You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
You didn't hear? Let me play it again.
You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
You damn right. Lane Kiffin is absolutely spoiling us. He is spoiling us. He is ruining us. But not just us. He's ruining Oxford as well. He's killing them. He's killing them softly because they would have never been able to do this. They wouldn't have never been able to pull in a haul like this one. You can't get this type of recruiting class in Oxford. You just can't. You absolutely cannot. Great minds right there, my guy. You cannot do this in Oxford, and not just the portal within itself. You have to encompass the high school recruiting class as well. He pulls in 2 5-stars, best in their position. You can put Lamar Brown wherever you want, O-line or D-line. He's still going to be the best. The best defensive tackle in Richard Anderson, who I got to watch this kid play 3 years in a row. And when I tell you he is legitimately the best defensive tackle I've seen play at a high school level, it's unreal. And what's crazy is he's still raw. He's still raw. So you're dominating the trenches in high school right now. And let's not forget about the addition of Deuce Gerald as well. I think everyone is sleeping on this kid. He is sending shovels to Clemson. Yes. You are absolutely right. And the sad part is he's got Oxford in such of a twist right now that they're going to be cheering for LSU against Clemson in week 1 because of because of how he is able to move. This is game changing. It's absolutely insane. When you think about the things that this man has done in such a short amount of time, it feels good. It feels so good. I'm spoiled.
You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
I'm very spoiled. And I'm glad that I'm spoiled. Because being spoiled means we have expectations, we have standards to live up to. This is what it should feel like at LSU. When you can pull in what the state already produces, when you have a brand that's recognizable across the globe, You should be able to be on the table and compete with every single university, regardless of where they are, regardless of what the interest the player may have, regardless of the ambitions that the family may want. You should be in contention. But you got to have the right guy to close. And damn it, we got the right guy to close. The addition of Jordan Seaton to this LSU roster is the crown jewel. This is what makes you a top 10 team out the gate. You have done exactly what you need to do to build a championship contending team. You get the line of scrimmage. So you break it down like this: you got to have the passer, you got to have the person who protects the passer, and you have to have the person who affects the passer. You got the passer, you got multiple of them. So you got the passer in Sam Levitt. And for Lane Kiffin's offense, it's probably the best passer you could get outside of Trinidad Chambliss. Then you go and get the best pass protector. Kid who's only given up 1 sack and 5 pressures. Nobody who went up against him even touched his quarterback from his side. And then you go and get the guy who affects the passer. Your highest sack leader last year was 4.5 sacks from a linebacker. The next highest was 2 from a rotational player. Your defense has taken a major step up. And then you also have the guys on the back end who can cover. You don't have to send exotic blitzes anymore. Now you do it for the fun of it. And that's what's going to make this defense scary. You load up the wide receiver room with 9 fresh bodies who can all hit another gear. We're talking about 19 yards per catch on average for just about every one of your top flight guys that you brought in. You got the quarterbacks who can get them the ball. All 3 of them can throw the deep ball like no one else in the country. You have taken so many different programs and shoved them inside of lockers in the last 3 weeks, it's not even funny. It has been 3 full weeks. 3 full Fridays since the portal has opened. And you have shoved major programs inside of lockers. This isn't fair. Simply put, it's not fair. And the last step in this process is for these guys to really get cohesive and come together as a unit. Absolutely right, my guy. Absolutely right, Paul. Absolutely right. We just need these guys to come together. That is it. Oh, I see you, Nick. GOAT status. GOAT status. This is one of the best drummers that you've never heard of right here in our chat. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I bet there are a lot of players on that roster in Oxford that wish they would have transferred. I bet there were a lot of players on that roster right now because they know for a fact that it's about to be damn different in Baton Rouge. It was all shits and giggles just a few weeks ago. Shit was all good just a week ago for them because our roster looked like it was depleted, looked like we had no hope. But like I kept saying from the very beginning, you got the coach. You got the guy who everyone thought had this type of ambition, had this type of drive, had this type of capabilities to close. You had that. Everybody thought that about him, but he didn't have the right thing behind him for him to truly show off his skill set. Damn it, he got it now because you took that coach and you put it with the right brand who can stretch across this nation and pull in players like no other. You have an advantage over Oregon because Dan Lanning had to fly from Oregon to Atlanta. Can't do that all the time. But also, when he's recruiting high school players, he's still got to make that trip from Oregon to Houston, to New Orleans, to Atlanta, to Tampa, to Miami, back over to Dallas, to San Antonio, to Los Angeles. He's got to fly. Lane Kiffin has seen multiple five-star players this in the last 48 hours and never got on a plane. Never got on a plane. That is what makes this so much more different. When Lane got on a plane, it was to go close the two biggest recruits he needed to solidify not just this offense, but this team. This is different. This is different. Dabo about to throw a fit just to buy a few more years in Clemson. Ole Miss is about to truly burn down. Couldn't happen to a better group of people. And my God, are you so right? Seeing both of those places just up in flames and filling with tears is so sweet. And then you're seeing the silent crumble of Alabama at the same time. We're taking all of their remains, the tears from Clemson, the burning ashes in Oxford, and the silent rubble falling apart in Tuscaloosa. We're mixing that all together. We're making us some fresh cement, and we're building something amazing, truly amazing, right here in Baton Rouge. This, what we've witnessed, is something that you will never see again. And here's the reason why. Everything, everything that happened had to happen this way. It was an aligning of stars. And you can go back to Bryce Underwood flipping his commitment to Michigan. That lit a fire underneath the boosters. It caused them to open up their pockets. And then LSU went on a rampage in the transfer portal last year in a way like we thought that we'd never see. Replicated at least. They opened up the pocketbooks and flooded the gates with talent that we all had high hopes for, but clearly the evaluation was wrong. Then you have Lane Kiffin, who is dying to get out of Oxford, wanting something bigger and better, seeing what's on the horizon, wanting to be at a school who's willing to go all in, and I mean all in, not holding back, no questions asked. If I need $40 million for a roster, I need to be able to get $40 million for a roster. He's looking, and he's elevated himself to a point to where he is the can't miss candidate. He can name the school he wants to go to, and he'd have that job. LSU, with the roster that it built, gets its teeth kicked in by Texas A&M and absolutely embarrassed. You have the governor come out after Scott Woodward fires Brian Kelly and then make a mess out of situations, and then everything just falls into place. You needed a president, so the governor gets his pick of the president. Verge Osbury gets announced as the athletic director, and what a hell of a hire. I wanted it to be Verge. I'm glad it's Verge, and Verge is proving why it should have been him all along. So you got alignment from the governor to the president to the athletic director, and then you got it in the coach. And they went out, set their sights on one guy, and they got him. And they got him. This cannot be understated. It had to happen like this. We had to go through what we went through to get to where we are right now, and it doesn't stop. My guy Paul says, K. Smith is bumping Set It Off this moment. Kiffin playing Wipe Me Down. Cruising through downtown BR. George McDonald bumping G shit down Highland. I love Baton Rouge. You gotta love Baton Rouge. You gotta love it. Because what? And I want you to know I recorded that myself in Tiger Stadium last year. Oh, absolutely. I made that comment. I made that comment weeks ago when LSU lost the SEC opener. No, I'm lying. When they lost that 18-point lead against Kentucky that I watched live and I watched them melt, I literally put up a post and said, please let this be the timeline that we live in where we get Lane Kiffin, Will Wade, Jay Johnson, and Kim Mulkey all on the same campus. Good God Almighty. The world would not be able to handle all that aura. And I think we might be on the precipice of it because Will Wade is not really looking like he's loving NC State that much. And we all know how much the boosters want Will Wade to come back to LSU. I mean, go get your guy. Go get your guy. Like, we having fun now. Go get your guy. Let's have fun all the way around the board. If we doing it like this, let's go get our guy. Let's not even play with it. Because that would just make this, what we're doing right now, undeniable. Absolutely undeniable. This is probably the most entertaining postseason action I have ever experienced as an LSU fan and a former student. Typically, we go into the season, go into the offseason wondering, well, what's going to happen? How are we going to change this around? What can we do to make things better? Once we got Lane, there was no question in my mind what I need to be worried about. The next thing was, well, who are we going to be cheering for? Because the word was Sam Levitt was the guy that he wanted. Well, I figured that he was going to get him. It was about what I wanted. I wanted to see Brendan Sorsby, but I was cool with Sam Levitt too. And the only reason why I was saying Brendan Sorsby because Sam Levitt was coming off an injury. I'm still fine with Sam Levitt. I feel like overall Sam Levitt is better than Brendan Sorsby because he's bigger, faster, stronger arm. That's just me personally. Did I want to see Keywan Lacey at LSU? Yeah. Do I care that we got him? That we don't have him? Hell no, I don't care. We got Harlem Berry, Caden Durham, and then we went and got Dylan Jones from Wisconsin. That's the guy. He's a guy. And then you completely remake the trenches. You made over the entire line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And then you added pieces in places where you didn't need them. It's just, I mean, cherries on top, icings on cake. You got TJ Dotery, the leading tackler in the SEC. Does he have some issues? Yes, of course. But you couple him with Whit Weeks, back them up with Keelan Moses, Jordan Breaker, Devon Keys. What? Then you add Ty Benefield, Fahim Delane. This is not fair. Now the real work begins. We thought that that was the hard part. Mm-mm. The hard part is building cohesion within this unit. The stuff that we don't get to see every day. What it takes to make a championship team. Making these guys be comfortable, lose their egos, and put on for the purple and gold. To care more about the name on the front of the jersey instead of the name on the back. Because at the end of the day, you're dealing with professional athletes now. They're all getting their money. And because of that, now your coaching prowess has to take effect. And I trust Lane. I've seen him assemble these rosters and these guys come together and do some great things. I mean, they were in Ole Miss and they were winning 10 games on average. They had never seen this level of success before Lane Kiffin got there. This is different. This is absolutely special. And I don't know what more you would want to see to have hope and excitement for this roster. Because everything he said he was going to do, he's absolutely doing it. And him coming up with Jordan Seaton is the creme de la creme. Think about this for a quick second. If we would have kept Brian Kelly for just one more season, what do you think we would be? How would you feel? I want y'all all who are joining us right now to really consider that. How would you feel? My guy Paul said NATO and the United Nations would never allow that powerful of a weapon to be assembled. Talking about those coaches being on LSU. No, we would literally have the weapons of mass destruction that Bush was looking for in Saudi Arabia. Yeah. But how would you feel right now, today, on January 23rd, if Brian Kelly was still our head coach? I can tell you, I would be damn nervous. It would have been it almost would have been a death nail, a coffin sealer to the program. It would have took a chunk of flesh out of us to have him remain here one more year. I'm so glad that we didn't do it. We're going to have our guy, Austin Taylor, joining us here in a second. Because it's just too big of news not to talk about. I know AYS fired up their stream. Blake Ruffino. Shout out to him and all the great work that he's doing. Carter Bryant is on as well. So I thank y'all for taking out the time to come hear me spew my opinions while these other big guys are doing their thing. And one day we're going to be on that level too, but brick by brick, step by step. I just want y'all to understand what you're getting in this portal class. The number one quarterback, the number 3 pass rusher, and the number 4. These are overall rankings. Offensive lineman. You got 3 of the top 5 players out of 3,000 players in the portal coming to one campus. I will definitely try to make that happen. I will definitely try to make that happen. We got 3 of the top 5 players out of 3,000, there's 3,000 players in the portal. I think there's something like 1,200 left. It's enough for like 10 full rosters, 10 full schools left in the portal. You got 3 of the top 5 coming to one campus. Absolutely. And I'm going to keep grinding brick by brick, one stream at a time. But you got 3 out of the top 5 coming to one campus. That's elite on any level. That is elite. Lane Kiffin and this staff are feeding families right now. You cannot underestimate how great that is. Then on top of that, if you look at one room, you got 3 of the top 3 quarterbacks. The 3 quarterbacks you signed, damn near every school who needed a quarterback was after all 3 of them. And you got all 3 of those kids to commit to the vision that Lane Kiffin was giving them. That is elite. You shoved Miami in the locker. You shoved Oregon in the locker. You shoved Clemson in the locker. You got Duke looking silly right now because of everything that they're dealing with, all because of the ripple effects you got going on. Oh, Paul, I'm definitely going to get you on for baseball, brother. Because look, I love baseball, but I'm not the guy who can, go into major depths about baseball. I know enough about it to talk about it, and I watch enough about it to talk about it. So you definitely going to get reached out to in the next 20 days. Don't even worry about that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get with you so we can do a baseball preview coming up. And Nick, you are absolutely right. The sliders are all the way down. He's playing this game not even on rookie. Like this is a beginner's tutorial that he's playing on. It's ridiculous what he's doing. And you cannot discount it because he shouldn't be able to do this. But don't you feel great that he's doing it here? Don't you feel great that he's doing it here? This is what we've all been waiting for. And, you know, I can't even sit up here and lie. I remember, I vividly remember times where we would be in recruiting battles and I would be nervous. Like, damn, we might not get this kid. I go back to Dylan Moses, right? Dylan Moses was committed to LSU in 8th grade. And I remember when he committed in 8th grade, I was living in Baton Rouge at the time. And I remember telling one of my friends that I don't think this kid is going to stick. One, and two, it would suck if he committed to an SEC school. Sure enough, it didn't happen. Then I remember watching the 5 for 5 event and how he melted and only got 2 out of 5. I remember, like, I feel those things. Even with Brian Kelly, you had the number 1 high school recruiting class going into last season, and Kelly couldn't close. I can tell you personally what I know, and I'm not an insider, but if you know me, and I've said this before, my son has played at Etna Car. My son won a state championship with the Etna Car Cougars. I've watched, talked to, and seen these kids play. I've seen the coaches that come on to that field at practice to talk to these players. I can guarantee you, Brian Kelly never stepped foot at 4400 General Myers. And if you're wondering where that address is, that is the address to Edna Carr High School. I can guarantee you he never went there. So if we're sitting here today and we've watched Lane Kiffin cover the I-10 corridor from Baton Rouge to New Orleans and back, when it comes to recruiting, I'm not concerned. Brian Kelly's whole thing with recruiting was get the kids to campus and he'll close them. It's the laziest aspect ever. These kids love the coaches who take personal interest in them. They love the coaches who personally come see them, who take the time out to come see where they are. These kids look forward to it, right? Brian Kelly is doing some old techniques that he had to do at Notre Dame. And you know what? I'm not even going to put that on him and say at Notre Dame, because at Notre Dame he had to travel more than anything. But these are techniques that he thought that he could do at LSU because LSU basically recruits itself. But it doesn't work like that. You still got to put in the work. If you give LSU your all, LSU will give you its all back. No questions asked. And he just wasn't doing that kind of work. Lane Kiffin is up right now preparing for the next thing. And we don't know what the next thing is. But I can tell you, he's done with the portal. It only took him 21 days to finish it. And what a way to bookend it. You start off with Ty Benefield and close it out with Jordan Seaton. Man, it's elite. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And how do you sustain this? Well, with the success on the field. Lane is recruiting these guys to a vision. And they all know who he is. And for as hated as he may be in the media sphere or amongst other fan bases, coaches respect him. Coaches respect the hell out of him. And they respect him because of his work ethic. I'm going to address this right now, Paul. Frank Wilson, for as good of a guy he is, he does not hold the keys to New Orleans like everybody makes it out to be. Yes, he has connections. Every coach that comes up through New Orleans has connections. I'm going to put it to you like this. Jabbar Jalouk has been coaching at Florida for the last, 4 years? Everyone forgets that Jabbar Jalouk was the one who actually began the Edna Carr dynasty. There was one head coach in between him and Bryce Brown who took them to a state championship. And then Bryce Brown took over after that one season, and he's been on the run ever since. Jabbar Jalouk, if you look back at it, has not had a player commit from Edna Carr in God knows how long. And it wasn't because of Frank Wilson. Frank Wilson was supposed to be locking up the number one cornerback in the state, Hayward Howard Jr. Hayward is his dad is one of my best friends. He and I are very close. And as his recruitment started to heat up, everywhere he went, we FaceTimed. He would text me, send me screenshots, tell me how the trips were going. We talked a lot. I'll never forget when he went to Gainesville to visit Florida. He sent me pictures, and I immediately sent the vomit emoji. Like, please, no, get out of there. Don't go there. But Hayward's dad played at Ole Miss, so Ole Miss was his first SEC offer. Hayward's uncle coaches the D line at Colorado. Colorado was his second major P4 offer. And then they started flying in. LSU, I know you were being sarcastic, but I want this to be known. LSU got on Hayward late. Y'all welcome my boy Austin in.
What up, my brother?
Thanks for joining in, brother.
Thanks, man.
LSU joined Hayward late. I'm talking about Frank Wilson not needing how we don't need Frank Wilson to recruit in New Orleans. LSU joined on Hayward's recruiting late. And Frank Wilson was holding that scholarship offer over his head. Frank Wilson was trying to make him jump through hoops to get that offer, when he already had offers from Texas, Auburn, Ole Miss, Florida State, Florida. You named it, he could have went wherever he wanted to go. But he dangled it over his head. And if LSU would have popped off that offer sooner, he probably would have been ending up in Baton Rouge right now. So I don't want to hear shit about Frank Wilson in recruiting in New Orleans. I'm not for it at all. At all. Austin, I wanted to play something for you since you're just joining in. Can you hear me good?
Give me a second, brother. I'm here.
All right. I wanted to play something for you because I
you know
you're
what?
feeling it right now.
You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
The technical difficulties, y'all.
You know what?
If y'all can hear me,
you're
that's
spoiled.
great. I can't hear nothing that you're saying, so
You can't. Okay.
bear with me just a second.
Thumbs up. We hear you.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you. I'll be right back.
So while Austin's getting that settled out, we're gonna keep this party rolling. But no, like, I mean, yeah, punching kids would, hinder that recruiting from Jabbar Jaluk. I mean, you shouldn't. That's always the right answer to do, right? Like, walk up to your opposing team and try to fight players.
And punch somebody from the roster that you used to help coach. Come on.
Right. Like, isn't that the smartest thing?
It's done.
So now that your audio is working, I want you to hear this, because we talked about this the last time we were on together, and I added this just for you.
You're spoiled.
My dog.
You know what? You're spoiled. You're spoiled.
We're spoiled.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you this: the man that made that statement, right? And from what I've watched from other personalities in our realm, right, our LSU podcasting realm, other areas, right, I will say this: I'm glad he finally got out of Baton Rouge, right? Because we all saw the moving trucks at the house, right? But this is the thing too: that statement lost Brian Kelly a lot of respect, whatever sliver of respect he had left, right? And I appreciate you adding that snippet, because that's how I think right now we feel. Oh, thank you very much. Can you go throw that in the trash? No? Okay, I'll do it. But with that, his hands were tied. And so knowing those things and having been told those things and seeing and hearing all of that, I'll give him some grace.
I'm not. I'm gonna tell you why. Not to cut you off. I'm not. because at some point you got to be responsible for the evaluation process and how you handle the roster. Like you went out and you had the resources. It was shown last year. You spent almost $20 million on your roster, larger than any other SEC team in the conference. But because you invested in the wrong areas, instead of shoring up your offensive line, losing two NFL starters at tackle, knowing that you struggle to run the ball, not reinforcing your interior offensive line at all, trusting brand new starters from guard, center, guard, and a new starting left tackle, you made the wrong decisions, and that falls wholly on you.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I saw a comment, I think, in here from somebody said that I thought we couldn't recruit New Orleans, right? Well, I'll let y'all know this. That team that man went to, Dabo ain't playing with them right now. And one of them was on our staff last year. So the things that they're doing, the things that they're saying, all the stuff that's come out about us, I know I changed the subject.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Shift it.
But like, for me, I got off work and the first thing I read off my phone, and I called you immediately, right? It was like, hey, Jordan, you saw Jordan Seaton, right? He's like, you're just seeing that? My bad, right? I'll tell y'all, both of us are dealing with some stuff with some Twitter accounts right now, or X account at X, right? If you got issues with us, put it where it is and move on, right? Y'all moved on for me, help my brother out, right?
Please.
But like, seeing what they're doing, seeing the claims that they're making, using a quarterback who hasn't even had a guaranteed waiver granted or doesn't have any of that stuff against the NCAA right now, and to see Pete Golding trying to do the sleazy things that we knew people in college football were doing prior to this NIL era, just shows you how narrow-minded he is as a head coach to think that he can get away with that, especially against Dabo. He should have known better.
You can't be surprised by
I'm not surprised.
Some of the tactics that he's using when he is who he is. Like, I know a lot of people like to paint Lane in this negative light. And look, a lot of these coaches, they have their issues. They do whatever it takes because at the end of the day, their lifeline is on, is being affected by the decisions that kids make, right? Well, young men, young amateurs are making. And I get that. But some of the things that he's done in the past and has been recorded by other people, I'm not shocked by what happened, right? I'm not shocked at all. Like, look at what, like I was watching Carter's show earlier, and he played a clip from a reporter who was documenting the recruiting stories for Arch, and Pete Golding was the lead recruiter for Arch Manning, and Nick Saban wanted Arch Manning, but couldn't really let Arch know that how bad he wanted him. So he wanted to come across like Arch should want me, right? But at the end of the day, behind closed doors, Nick was putting that pressure on Pete to close the deal. Well, one of his recruiting tactics was trying to use Sark's alcoholism against him. Like, you're not an alcoholic yourself.
Yeah, you got DUI photos, buddy. Come on,
right?
You got DUI photos. Come on.
Like you're gonna be that dirty. So you see, and especially what pisses me off with that situation too is because now Ole Miss is caught up. Right now, of course, they want to drag LSU into it. Well, look at what LSU did. And it's like, bro, we played the game that's being played, but we did it better than y'all.
Yeah, and
like y'all are trying to do what Lane Kiffin has already done. But y'all can't do it because y'all don't have Lane.
Well, and I think the infrastructure that's been created at LSU over the last 2 years, now knowing that Verge owned a lot of that, does not surprise me how quickly we moved into him being our AD, because we've been setting stuff up from an NIL perspective that nobody ever would have thought LSU would have started, honestly. And I, I mean, people are coming out of the woodworks for Lane, right? Like, those are things that Brian Kelly didn't have because he lost respect for this fan base. He'd never fit it. I think he could have done a better job. He could have cared more. And Lane, what you're seeing from Lane, you never saw at Ole Miss, right? Like, you never saw him go out and recruit. And I'm just being honest from what I see.
So
up front, but I know he's been on some, just not a lot. You can tell me.
I will say this. I've been following Lane. I've followed Lane
I haven't
on
followed him
Twitter
for a long time.
the last 3.5-4 years.
Yeah.
And you talk about one of the pettiest SOBs when it comes to coaching. Like dude would fly into New Orleans, post that he's in New Orleans, and then leave a question mark like, where am I going?
Yeah.
And then before you know it, he's pulling some 3-star kid that nobody was really on, but the kid ends up being great at Ole Miss for him. Right? Whoa, what up, Buddha? What up, baby? Thanks for joining in, man. Appreciate it, big dog. We got to get you on here, man.
Appreciate you coming in and hollering at us.
So you like him. We never saw the detail, the depth of the recruiting. Yes, sir. We never saw the depths of his recruiting, and the reason why we never saw it was because you can't recruit like this at Ole Miss.
No,
the recruiting at Ole Miss is different from how it is at LSU, and that's what I was saying before you jumped on. Lane has literally scoured the I-10 corridor in the last 48 hours. He's touched more high school stars just in a car ride. Never had to touch a plane. When you got schools like Dan Lanning, like Oregon and Dan Lanning, that have to fly out of Oregon down to Texas, to Louisiana, to Atlanta. They have to make that trip.
Yeah.
That flight to close out Jordan Seaton for Lane was nothing. That flight to Atlanta was literally the same amount of time it takes to get from Baton Rouge to New Orleans in a car. It is legitimately the same amount of time.
Yeah.
For Dan Lanning, that's I had to be in Houston, so since I'm already down here, let me just take the hop over. Yeah, it's a matter of convenience.
And I can't wait to post that AI Dan Lanning getting stuffed in the locker too. If there's any Oregon fans in here, y'all were talking real mad, man.
Oh man.
For a couple of days, y'all was like, he done left.
Oh my God.
And I'll say this, y'all, like I'm from Atlanta, so I know some of the places that like Jordan trains at. I also live in Colorado, so like I worked down the street from the university. I've been in their locker room. Like I've seen some of the things that go on. I love Dion. That's me, right? But like me being out here, I've had so many Colorado fans talking about just the whole Jordan Seaton situation and the recruiting. And they did not want him to go to Oregon. Nobody. Everybody's like, if he goes anywhere, let it be LSU. Forget Miami. Forget Oregon, right? Like, at least he can go there and add to greatness and not add to arrogance with nothing to show for it.
Right.
Right.
Because that's all Oregon is.
Yeah. And I'll say Miami has theirs. It's been a long time. Okay. It's been a long time. It's like USC. It's been a long time. Right. But understand that nobody really likes y'all. What you got is some nice uniforms that look good in the video game.
Right.
And some good sneakers.
Right.
And that's about all you got working for you. Yeah.
You're a good accessory. That's exactly what Oregon is. You're a good accessory. And Buddha with a nice comment here. You know, the reality is LSU does recruit itself, but you have to do your part. Lane gets that. Also, when you work, the money people believe in you, which is why he's got so much financial backing.
100%.
Buddha, you're spitting facts, and that's exactly what I've been trying to get my point across. Right. That's why I said us landing Lane Kiffin from the beginning was the differentiator. LSU within itself, within the brand, is different because you have the base to recruit from, plain and simple. And if you pour your all into LSU, it naturally gives you all of what you're giving it to it back. If you half-ass LSU, you're going to get half-ass results. You're going to pull in some stuff. You're going to be able to accomplish some things, win some games that you shouldn't win, make some noise that you shouldn't make, do some things on a national level that people weren't expecting or kind of had the expectation or anticipation for you to do.
Right.
But you won't achieve the standard.
Yeah.
When you work it, you meet that standard and you even exceed it. And we're seeing Lane recruit at a level like a Les Miles.
Yeah.
Like a Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And I know for all the shit that Les went through with his offense.
Yeah.
He recruited his ass off.
That shit was difficult.
Oh, God. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
But you cannot deny the fact that he brought in talent.
He did.
And he brought in the right talent.
Right.
And you can never take that away from him. Same thing with Ed O. His first 3 years, recruiting his ass off. And
Right.
he knew the people he had to have around him to recruit. When
Yep.
he got too high on himself, he started half-assing things. He got half-ass results. And that's exactly what it falls into. And now in this money era, we have all the buildings and facilities that we need,
Yep.
right? There's only so much more that you can add on campus right now. Right now, it's just like renovations because the space is so much smaller. You're taking up so much real estate,
Yep.
right? So we need to invest those monies into the roster, which that is what they're doing now. And
Yep.
Lane Kiffin is giving them the return on their investment. If
Yep.
they're saying put your money where your mouth is, he's putting their money to work. He's showing them this is why I need $2 million.
Yeah.
You want to win? I'm not just going to get a left tackle. I'm going to get the left tackle.
The best left tackle in the country.
Right. We need a quarterback. I'm going to get the best quarterback. We need a pass rusher. We only had 5 sacks from our leading sack getter last year. I'm going to double that. I'm going to get the guy that's going to double that. So Buddha's absolutely right. And that's exactly why us having Lane Kiffin in this moment is the most pivotal piece to this entire sequence, to this entire puzzle.
And I agree with you. And I think that Lane is the coach. We needed the arrogance back. Like,
absolutely.
What were we supposed to do, right? And so, I'm repeating. Hold up.
No, you're good. We
okay. Okay. But we needed to get the arrogance back, and we just didn't have it. And so for me, like, looking at what Lane has done, he doesn't care what you think. He doesn't care what you say. He's going to troll you. Everybody's going to follow suit. And we talked about that a couple of days ago. Like, you have coaches mocking and doing what Lane is doing. You have the D coordinator who didn't even, in my opinion, have probably a top 50 defense in the way that they played at times, doing what his old head coach, his boss did, right? So you can try to be who you want to be. We came to your trap, we took over your trap, and we snatched your chain right off.
Right off.
And you can take the basketball goal off the sidelines. You can take it out of the room. Do it. Try and change the culture, because the culture is just going to get you your 8 and 6s, your 7 and 6s. The same thing y'all did before is what you should expect moving forward. And I think it comes after Trinidad Chambliss, because I don't know if Joe Judge is the person to develop the quarterback like y'all think he was. Okay, we saw what they didn't want him in New York, right? So nobody wanted to work for him in New York. So what makes you think a great high talent quarterback that you didn't have to lie to get on your roster wants to be there here? We didn't have to do that. We shot straight with all 3 of them. And the lowest one on the total poll, who I think has extreme upside, that's not probably talked about enough, but it is talked about a lot, knows what it is. You have the number 1 quarterback in the transfer portal, the number 5, and then you have Landon Clark. And I think Landon Clark will be a dog, and he's going to really give some folks a run for their money. They don't expect that, right? But, like, look at what Lane and them did in just the quarterback room with the talent that they got in that room by just telling them and shooting it straight from a contract perspective, a dollars amount, and what it's going to look like. Because we know Sam's not going to be there for the spring, right? So, anyway.
It's not fair.
It's not.
It's not
but
fair.
It's just different.
It's not fair. It's just, you're right. It's just different. It's not fair. Yeah. You load up on this portal class and you do it at the most pivotal positions. You get the passer, you get the player to protect the passer, and then you get the player to affect the passers. You got it. And then you got it in spades. You got we knew we needed a quarterback. You got 3. You got 3 legitimate starters. And granted, yes, as you look at them, the questions rise with each of them, but the ceilings are so high.
Right.
The ceilings are so high. The floor is high with Sam Levitt because you know what his role will be as a starter. You've seen him compete at the highest level to go toe-to-toe with the best defenses and succeed. You've seen him do that. You know what the ceiling can be with a guy like Hassan Longstreet, and then you see what the ceiling can be with a guy like Landon Clark. We don't know what their floors are, but we see what their ceilings are, from the arm talent, the athleticism, the build, and then you add in the coach. You add in the coach. He is a quarterback kingmaker.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says in Oxford. Go get whoever you want. You do not have Lane Kiffin preparing the game plan and Charlie Weiss calling it. You are going to take a step back next year.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't care. You're going to take a step back. That's just going to happen. And anybody who's expecting that offense to remain at the same level, you are stupid. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And then you add in the fact that not only did we take your head coach and your OC, we also took your running back coach and both your wide receiver coaches.
Yep. And they don't stand a chance.
That is going to affect you, especially when you have a guy like Frank Wilson who's going to be running your running back rotation.
Yeah, man. And they thought they did something with him being in Louisiana this week, man. Come on. I know. And he's right down the street from you. Somewhere around there.
Brother.
You know what it is because you know all them schools down there.
Brother.
So, man, talk to me.
Brother. They thought they dropped the bomb.
They really did.
They thought, oh, Frank Wilson is in Louisiana. He's dominating high school recruiting in Louisiana.
And they got trolled.
You idiots.
Yeah.
You idiots.
Come on.
Going to the school that's dominating? Congratulations. We were there too. I'm pretty sure it's more impressive to have the guy's position coach because that's an interior offensive lineman.
Let's talk about it.
I'm pretty sure it's more impressive to have the guy who's actually going to be developing him, letting him know how his rotation's going to be, how to improve throughout the season so he can come into campus ready to roll at the end of his senior year than having the running back coach try to come and recruit him just because he has Louisiana ties.
Yeah, and we have 3 players to prove that too on our roster right now who didn't need Frank to be there in order to get on the roster. And I tweeted out a snake emoji a while back. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Right? Richard Anderson's on our roster. Lamar Brown's on our roster. Deuce is from where I was born, backyard in Georgia, being a dog, right? And none of them needed Frank because Lane Kiffin walked in there and he shot it straight, right? He realigned with the agents and he let them know what it was. And all of them decided to stay. Lamar's not even going to be here
until the fall.
Until the fall. And he's still going to come in and dog people.
All right.
If you don't know, he's already there. My cousin went to that school.
There's a reason why LSU built that high school on their campus.
Let's talk. Come on.
If you didn't know, there's a reason why it's called U-High.
University lab.
What's the lab part?
Yeah, definition.
What are they developing at that high school? I don't know. Maybe it's a farming system for football players. The biggest asset in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Let's not be dumb about this. Let's not be dumb at all. And like you said, you had those guys hold up their signing because Frank Wilson was trying to, because he was in his feelings because he wasn't. No, my God, you don't fit this.
No.
You don't fit this vision.
No. And you want to go back to Ole Miss, be my guest.
Lane knows who you are. He's very well aware. But bigger than that, he knows where he is. And he knows who he needs around him and where they need to be. Don't try to think that you are the program. Because the last time I checked, Anytime Frank Wilson was on our coaching staff, LSU didn't win a national championship.
Sure didn't. And the building's still standing.
Tiger Stadium still sell out?
Yeah. When we don't forget what you said. The
fans
coaches'
still
press
showing up and
conferences don't mean nothing. Yeah. Being turned. Boosie's
the
still
band-
playing. Next still playing.
The band still playing? Okay. The drum still drumming. Oh, okay. And the cheerleader still cheering? And we still screaming, suck that Tiger dick, bitch.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Cut it out, man. Now you get to come back to Baton Rouge, and I can't wait for that return trip in 2027 for Frank after LSU goes on this historic run that they're about to go on in 2026. Because I'm telling you right now, I told my best friend Nick, who was in the chat with us earlier, I'm not sure if he still is, but if you are, Nick, shout out to you and your band Death Throes. Go check them out on Apple. He is the best drummer that you've never heard of, and I'm not just saying that at all. If you're in the metal, my guy rolls. All right,
I'm gonna check him out.
He is my favorite drummer of all time for any rock band, and I'm not just saying that because he's my best friend either. This dude can play. But I told him when we hired Lane, all right, there you go, buddy. I see you. I told him when we hired Lane, he asked me, what do you think expectations are? And I was like, at first I was like 8-4. First season, 8-4. Let's see.
Realistic.
And then as time, like a week went on, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, Nick. I'm starting to buy in the playoffs. This was before the portal even opened.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I'm getting a little bit too excited, but I see where he's going with this. And if he does what I think he's about to do, if he goes all in like I'm expecting him to, we're going to the fucking playoffs. This was before Christmas. And I have it in black and white text messages.
Yeah.
And he told me, he told me in a text thread, he said, well, weren't you telling me to slow down? I was like, yeah, I was wrong. Go all in. Just let yourself go. Let it go. Because now, having that foresight, seeing how intently focused he was in his press conference, seeing how he's avoided being front-facing to the media, seeing how he's been locked in on working and doing the job, showing up every single day.
That's all it takes.
He is going to be here. He knows I'm not lying. He's going to lead this team to the playoffs. Look at the roster. Your O-line is going to be one of the best O-lines in the SEC. You're bringing back your starting center in Braylon Moore. You pulled in one of the best guards out of the ACC from Maryland in Alubar. You stole Solomon Tompkins from Baylor, who has starting Big 12 experience. You bringing back Weston Davis, who's going to get developed by Eric Wolford. Do not sleep on that.
No.
And then you seal it up with Jordan Seaton. If you think Caden Durham was missing holes last year, the holes he's about to have this year, a blind man will be able to go through them.
And he better hit them too, because if not,
that's okay.
Yeah.
He could miss them because Harlem Berry's there.
Yeah, and Dylan.
And guess what? Then we got Dylan Jones.
Facts.
Like, it is going to be dumb.
Yeah.
This offense is going to be dumb. The defense was ranked 27th in the country and couldn't produce a sack with a 4-man rush. So you go get 2 elite pass rushers. And you already had an elite secondary before the portal opened, and you just made it more like, what's above elite? DBU, that's what's above elite.
Yeah, and it's stamped on the wall too.
DBU, that's what's above elite. That's what's above elite, and that's what you have.
Yeah.
That's what you have about to roll into Baton Rouge. It is going to be electric.
100%. And I'm ready for it. This is the most excited I've been for a team since Jaden Daniel was there. I never really bought into Nuss. I wanted him to be great. I supported him because he was our quarterback, right? And he was loyal, right? And that's something you don't get nowadays. So, but when I tell you, like, I'm booking trips, I've already talked to my auntie. We got the house set up. We might have to talk about Ole Miss next year.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Baseball, I want to get the kids down there.
Oh yeah.
So we got some stuff we need to chat about, and y'all are gonna see us down there and active. Because I ain't been back in BR in a minute, and it's time. It's time,
brother.
It's time.
Get your bags packed. Yeah. Start looking at your hotel rooms.
Done.
Start talking to your friends and your family.
I ain't even got to do that.
If you need a ride from the airport, I got you, bro. I got you, because it's about to be lit. And look, don't think that you don't have a Colorado connection, because I stayed out in Colorado for a year and a half.
Yes, sir.
I stayed up in Pueblo and Colorado Springs, so I'm very familiar with Colorado's game. My son was actually born in Pueblo, so I'm familiar with Colorado very much. So love it out there.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Love it out there.
Well, if you need to ever slide and come skiing, you got somewhere to stay, my brother.
Oh, don't tempt me with a good time.
And I'm going to tell y'all this while y'all are in the chat and active. This is how relationships are born right here.
Absolutely.
And I know we pivoted from LSU, but this right here, when they say that this is just different and this builds its own legacy, this is what I'm talking about.
It brings people together. This is how powerful that brand is. Literally from sea to shining sea. Yeah. It doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter your political views, doesn't matter your relationship statuses or anything. We have one thing in common. We bleed purple and gold.
Chest, man. Yes, sir.
The 3 letters on the chest, that tiger eye on the shirt, that roar of Mike, the lights and sounds of Tiger Stadium, the cracks of the bat in Alec Box.
Alex Box, I got you.
Look, and of course the thunder of the falling Pete Maravich Center. I can be real too. Like the Maravich Center is trash.
It's rough.
It's seen. I'm
glad we're getting a new one.
Thank God.
About damn time.
Oh my God! If we can get Will Wade to cement this staff at this school,
is that something we want to talk about right now?
We can. I mean, look, we call the show Timeouts and Tangents for a reason.
That's right.
And we can definitely go off on this tangent because this men's basketball squad is dookie. It's past shit.
It's
like
rough, man.
Things are shitty when you're bad. I'm not even mad. It's dookie.
I'll go off on a tangent real quick because last time I was in that building, my great cousin Johnny was the head basketball coach.
Hey, yeah.
So I'm on the sideline after the game. We're kicking it. You know, I'm chilling with Wade, all of that stuff. And I never thought that we would get to the moment where he kind of got us somewhere. Well, Wade came back and rebuilt it. We ran into no NIL paying people. And now we're here. And I'm torn because I love Will Wade as a person. I think he's a great man. I think he was a great coach. Made some mistakes. I would love to have him back. But I think there are other options out there that we need to consider.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not opposed to other options.
I just like Will Wade. So.
I love the pettiness.
Yeah.
It's like it's the biggest middle finger to the rest of the college athletic departments across the world. It's the biggest, and that's why I want it. Because Lane Kiffin was already a watch us say fuck you.
We brought James Craig back.
Like we're gonna walk over to our little brother's doing good. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Come on. Let me
Tulane wants to talk crazy.
Oh, you trying to come talk crazy? Nah, stay where you at.
Yeah.
Like pipe down.
Yeah.
Hold up, pipe down.
Yeah.
So now the media sphere is already against us. So what's another way to piss him off some more? Let's bring back Will Wade.
Yep.
Let's just go all in.
Yep.
Let's just go all in. Let's double down. Y'all don't like Kim Mulkey. You don't like Lane Kiffin. You're starting to hate on Jay Johnson because he's winning. And he actually has a
And he won't leave
dude came in
LSU.
here in 4 years. He established a dynasty.
Yep. Like it was nothing.
Like at the snap of a finger. So you're starting to hate on him too. And if the MLB slip up and close off high school players going into the MLB draft, it's really going to be over for the rest of the college baseball world.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Bro.
Please, Jesus. Please. That's the only thing that can out recruit LSU. A kid's going to the MLB. That's it. That's literally it. So, as getting back on topic, yes, do I think that there are better coaches out there than Will Wade? Absolutely. Do I think that there are coaches that would bring the effect that Will Wade can bring to LSU? No.
No. Yeah.
You want to see a complete and total buy-in around the athletic department with no questions asked? That will happen. I want to see the basketball team be successful. It's like the only missing piece that we have.
Yep.
And in order to get that type of buzz around that team, you need a guy that the fan base can immediately attach themselves to, that the donors would be willing to give into because they've seen what he's been able to do. And Will Wade can immediately add some life to this dying horse.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so all in on Will Wade coming back, because it's the instant spark. It's like just add water and stir like that.
Yeah. I think one player didn't build his legacy like our current coach.
Right.
And I'm gonna leave that.
Right. So I mean, just imagine, bro. Like I said, just take 1 second, just one quick second, and imagine if Brian Kelly was here today.
This isn't happening.
How would you feel?
I think we would be mismanaged. Personally, I think he's a good talker. I think he would be a great politician. I have called him the Pope multiple times. And I'm going to have to get that put on a t-shirt or something, because I don't think you can trademark your own face, but who knows. But like, I've called him the Pope so many times, it's probably sacrilegious. But I believe in Jesus, so that's a different conversation.
I do too. And I think God has a sense of humor.
Yeah, I think so too. But I just don't think he could do it. I don't think he has a temperament for it. I don't think he truly understands this state and what we expect.
No.
I think he just says it nice.
I could tell you now, I would be completely apathetic. Now, every time spring rolls around, I'm like all in on LSU football. When the off season's here, I follow it just because I'm so close to it with recruiting and high school players and my son being involved in it. So that was keeping me in it. And it was getting to a point to where I was like, all right, when he graduates next year, I don't have to keep up with this shit. I don't have to keep up with recruiting. I don't have to keep up with coaching staff changes. I don't have to keep up with who's going where, transfer. I can just watch football and enjoy football, because with Brian Kelly here, there's nothing to really get excited for, because we're going to be in a bunch of recruits and then lose them at the last second. And I don't have time for that.
No,
I don't have time for him to not close. I don't have time for him to not close. Like I'm going to move off on that.
Yeah.
But now,
yeah,
we're back to being a year-round product. You cannot take your eyes off of this program, because the moment that you do, you're landing the number one player in the portal. Multiple occasions, the number one player in the portal entered and ended up in Baton Rouge. That's nuts.
Yep.
And I could only imagine what this roster would have looked like. We probably, with Brian Kelly, we probably would have kept Brad Davis.
Frank Wilson.
You probably keep Frank Wilson. And you probably retain most of the offensive linemen that left in the portal.
I think Blake's gone.
I think Blake's gone too. I think Blake takes that Tulane job.
100%.
So, especially after what happened, like, you watched the offense lose you games.
Yeah.
Cost you rankings. that offense had a negative impact on the defense. Full stop.
Yeah.
So when you see things like that take place, it makes you want to check out.
Yeah. That's facts.
So I'm if Brian Kelly is here, I can tell you this: I'm not trying to get season tickets.
No.
I'm not.
I'm not traveling to BR. I'll tell you that.
Right. I'm not making plans for spending the opening weekend in Baton Rouge.
No.
Like I'm not doing those things at all.
No.
Like I am all right, AJ. Let's grab some popcorn, pull out the sectionals, and recline and watch this first half to see how much he's gonna piss us off with these blunders of a coaching decision.
Yeah, I've never turned more LSU games off in my life, and I used to finish every one.
You know it's sad.
What's up?
It's like a train wreck.
Yeah.
I would start him, and I would sit there and see like how much more can he piss me off.
Yeah.
How much more is he gonna piss me off? Now I will say this: year before last, I went to damn near every game, and there was only one game I stayed to the end. And that was the Ole Miss game.
And it was
every other game I was dipping at halftime.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, all right, I know how we're either blowing them out the water or we're about to get blown out. Alabama game, me and my son left in the middle of the second quarter.
Right, I turned that off.
We left at the middle of the second quarter, and then we caught the drone show on our way out.
Yeah, see.
And then after that we dipped. Like miserable. I could never remember a time where I was excited. Well, not excited, but I was okay with leaving Tiger Stadium early.
Yeah.
And I did it multiple times. Like I paid for season tickets, drove from New Orleans, and then drove back. And when I got there, I knew like, all right, what time am I making my exit? Because I'm not going to be sitting through this dude fucking up.
Yeah.
And the Matt House era really what did it for me.
Man, fuck Matt House.
Bruh. Omar Spates.
He's still on the staff, bro.
Omar Spates is saying fuck Matt House.
Everybody says fuck Matt House.
Like,
we lost players to the draft who didn't want to go in the draft because of him.
Could you imagine another year of Mason Smith?
Come on.
Like, could Blake not have used him his first season back?
I think Blake Baker is him returning is one of the greatest things that's happened to college football. And in regards to LSU in a long time. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's Damon Jones? Darren Jones?
Yeah, Damon Jones.
Damon Jones, he's back in the NFL. I'm talking about the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like getting interviews for big time NFL jobs now, right? So it's like so this is what y'all hear my daughter screaming for. Here, I'm a
fruit
real person,
snacks, baby. I'd be screaming for some fruit snacks too if I had them at home.
Wait, nothing's wrong. You just want fruit snacks. Here you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I have a yogurt I gotta throw away.
That's hilarious.
That's what I get to deal with, man. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. But I think Blake Baker deserves so much credit. And for him to wait and trust Lane and not go take another job, I'm afraid of who we're going to go after once he does go and gets a job. Like that's the next issue in our era of LSU.
Pete Golding.
Fuck out of here. Pete Golding. He might be from Louisiana, but he better keep his ass in Mississippi. That's all. That's it. That's it for me.
I think Pete Golding, and I'm so glad that they hired him. And like Keith Carter hiring Pete Golding was such a helpful hand to LSU because now we don't have to worry about this dude ever being on DC because Blake and Lane are about to crush it in 2026. Blake is going to get a P4 head coaching job and leave. And then we'll find somebody else to replace Blake. Now, who do we get to replace Blake? No idea. I have absolutely no clue. And to be honest with you, I don't care because I trust Lane. Lane has earned that much credit. And now I don't even care about 2027. I'm excited for 2026. Like, we have one of the best teams in the conference. Like, if you look at the two teams that played in the SEC championship, if you look at Georgia and if you look at Alabama, you can't tell me right now on paper that LSU is not better than both of those squads.
It's facts. I am so willing, and I tweeted it before I got on, but I'm willing to make a statement that I will regret, and I'll probably get clipped on. But just wait till we're in the playoff and see what Lane and Blake do.
Right.
And I don't think that's outrageous.
That's not hyperbolic.
No.
That's not hyperbolic.
So, like, Harlan Berry's your running back. Tradez is not blocking next year. Okay. He's going to line up in the slot more than likely or out wide. And we're not just throwing fades to him because apparently that's the only throw we can make.
A screen and a fade.
That's it. And we had teams in the NFL using our screen plays, bro. Like, I saw it happen. They weren't bad plays. But Kentucky ain't going to win football games from screen plays.
The execution of it, though, is terrible. Like, you can't throw a now route when the corner is not in a now ready mode. Like, that's an emergency.
Same drive.
Like, that's an emergency play when the box is stacked for the run. But you're doing it when you have 7 in the box and you do it 3 times in a row.
And they know what you're doing.
And you got 1 receiver blocking 2. Have fun, Kentucky.
Yeah. And hopefully your O-line is as good as you think they're going to be.
I mean, y'all can have at it. Y'all can have at it. And don't forget, I will never forget I had Kentucky people trying to talk crap to us about Sam Levitt.
If
y'all don't go stick to basketball,
you can't even win basketball games. So what are you sticking to?
I'm not going to get to that because we were up 18 and I wanted us to win that game and we lost.
Listen, I could care less if LSU loses Kentucky. That we used to beat Kentucky when they were the dynasty still.
Yes.
So I don't care.
Yes. You are speaking nothing but facts. Thank you for bringing me back to reality.
Don't even worry about that. Forget them. Forget that school.
Legitimately trying to talk crap about Sam Levitt. Like, screw y'all. Y'all are irrelevant still.
And have been for a minute. And your coach went to Arkansas. That says a lot.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh, what a timing.
That's exactly my point. I mean, how he got another OC job is beyond me.
And that quick too for that coach.
For Will Stein of all people, like I could see as a quarterback coach taking a step back, or you going down to like James Madison and being the OC under Billy Napier, but you landed at Kentucky. Like, Will, you looked at LSU and said, you know what?
He has
that
something
Joe Sloan
there.
Guy, that boy knows how to draw up some non-effective running plays.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to teach that RPO blocking scheme pretty bad. I want it.
Hilarious, man.
I can save him.
It's fucking like help, man.
He put on a Captain Save-A-Ho cape for this bum coach.
You want me to tell you something that I think is happening?
Please.
The recruits that he thought he was going to go get because of Joe Sloan, I don't think he got them.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't know if Joe Sloan lasts more than a season.
Absolutely. I don't think so either.
Okay.
I think that's part of the reason why Brian Kelly promoted Joe Sloan to OC is because of Bryce Underwood.
100% because he built a good relationship with him. Joe Sloan ain't never been shit.
At all.
You were at LA Tech.
Right. Walker Howard was always coming to LSU. He didn't come to LSU because of Joe Sloan. And that's what a lot of people tried to, he got Sloaned was the thing when Joe Sloan first got hired. And I was like, what? Like,
you thought that Jaden Daniels came for people that he never came here for.
Right. No. That's not what happened. That's not how that went down. Yeah, like Walker Howard's dad played quarterback at LSU. He was always coming play quarterback at LSU. That was his dream to follow in his dad's footsteps.
Where is he at now?
Loving Ole Miss because he followed his own path. So y'all have fun with Uncle Wawa. you you had Bryce Underwood supposedly under your thumb. And I started to show off with this. Like how when we first started, when we did our last pod last week, and I started off by thanking Texas A&M. I gave out gratitude to Bryce Underwood and the Michigan Boosters for taking him off our hands and inspiring our boosters to open up their checkbooks because it had to happen like this. Thank you, Joe Sloan, for not being a closer. Thank you. Because the money excuse is an excuse at the same time, but it ain't that big of an excuse. Because you got guys who are taking less money right now in this portal cycle to be at LSU.
Yeah.
Because you got the coach.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to address Paul's comment up in the top because I don't know if I was in here, but you should never have to have a coach who has to put up his own money. And that shit made headlines. Like people were saying, "Oh my God, Brian Kelly's donating money, so y'all need to donate." I almost did, and I ain't got money like that. But I love LSU that much because LSU means more. So
I donated by buying season tickets.
I don't live down there. Or I would.
Yeah, like I was donating to Taft right there. Like, and you know what's funny? Like, I didn't realize this until I was paying for my season tickets. The first year I paid for them, the price of the tickets are very reasonable. It's the fee for Taft where the tax comes in. What up, Paul? Nah, you good, man?
Paul, what's up, brother? I got two kids running around.
Yeah,
my
I
wife's
say
about to leave for work, man.
My baby girl is trying to bring a bowl back downstairs from her mom, so I understand, guy. Like you don't have. This is raw. All right,
real people.
Right. This is raw. I mean, we're not professionals. We are having real life conversations, my guy. That's part of the reason why I'm gonna get this Discord room up and running so we can bring you guys in here on these chats and have it with us. Like this is a real community. Like we're building a real community with this pod. Like real talk. That's what I want.
The more y'all comment, the more we get to say things, change subjects. You know,
right.
The show isn't just scripted. So
right, like this is y'all show. Like y'all lead the charge, and I know a lot of people like to say that, but this is real talk. Like we're gonna flow off of y'all, so don't ever be ashamed or apologize for having to take care of your kids. Y'all are gonna. The only reason why my daughter didn't walk down those steps is because my wife really supports this, and she wants to make sure that when that light is on, when the camera's rolling, that we have that peace. And I don't care if my kids have to walk past; they got to walk past. I'm in the living room right now.
Yeah, my wife literally just threw me the 5 minutes. She has to roll to work, so it's like,
I appreciate it, Paul. Look, and like I told Paul is really big into LSU baseball, and I'm gonna bring him on one day next week so we can get a baseball preview rolling. I think that's important. He got a really beautiful shot of Derek Curiel this afternoon at a scrimmage, hitting a nuke.
Paul, what do you do for work, bro?
Yeah, Paul, what you got for work, man?
You take pictures and stuff. You do photography.
So he caught a good a good video of it, and he posted it on X. But for some reason, it didn't, it didn't take. But what I did tell him to do was to tag your boy Tyler Dale, that AI bot that said that Derek Curiel had a broken ankle and was going to be out. Well, you had proof that ankle looked real broke today.
And I'm gonna say this, man, that it's crazy how my brother is getting suppressed by X. I'm not gonna call it Twitter, but suppressed by X, and this show's live on that right now. So if y'all don't see that this man is a real person, come on,
right?
Gotta go.
Right, like legitimately live. And
be on camera? No, not really. Okay, all right.
Hey, good evening.
See you later. She has to go to work.
Look, I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
That's how
the grind never stops.
Yeah. So that's what teamwork looks like, man. She works overnights right now, and for the time being, and I work during the day and watch the kids at night. So that's how it is.
Yeah, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes, sir, my brother.
But yeah, man, like the suppression on X has been crazy, and like I think part of it is like for the smaller accounts in this LSU portion of the algorithm, if you don't have the following like the big guys have, they're just knocking you out.
Yeah.
Because you're getting too much traction. The LSU brand is too hot. It's doing a lot. Um, and like there you go, my guy, operator for Exxon.
Making that bread, bro. I might have to go to some
Look,
games with you. Shoot, talk to me.
yeah, real talk. Like that shot was nice, Paul. Like real talk. That shot was a damn good shot.
Paul, if you don't mind, drop your @ on Twitter in the chat, and I'm going to add you right now.
I'm gonna share it to you.
Okay, do that.
It's on my pod page. I'm gonna share it. Sorry for the dead air, guys. But yeah, like that that shot that Paul has is really good.
Yep.
And it shows that I'm gonna send it to a text message.
No, you're good. Do what you need to do, brother.
But it shows that, like these troll accounts have to be stopped. And because of that, we are getting suppressed because these actual troll accounts are botting almost everything. And we're not getting the traction. Well, we're getting a lot of traction, but we don't have the account following to justify how many views and interactions we're getting. So it's not, and because of that, we're getting the wrong type of engagement. So my account's been screwed up for a couple weeks, and I'm just starting to like say screw it. It just is what it is. Like I don't know what else I can do to promote it. I don't know what else I can do um to get the attention back to it, but just keep keep working at it, I guess. I mean, I'm getting even when I try to talk to support on X, Twitter, whatever label you want to give it, I get shut down. It's crazy, man.
Well, I'm gonna
Paul,
work on to it for you too.
Paul. How old are your kids? I got an
This is what
18-year-old
we're
in
doing,
college.
dog.
I have an 18-year-old in college, my guy. All right.
This is
You
what we're
you
doing.
think
We got
like
Go-Grits, man.
like yeah, like I got an 18-year-old in college. Okay. Like that shit ain't cheap. I got a 16-year-old in high school who plays football. He eats enough for me, my wife, and both of his sisters. And I have a 10-year-old who thinks that we're rich. Nah, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm asking you to let me hold something. Can you
Yeah,
get me
that's
to the end of the month?
That's facts. That's
See,
facts.
you got 2 and 9. You got 2 and 9. I love those ages because they're fun, and that's when they're at their cheapest.
Yep.
This only gets more expensive, my dude. I have a house that has 7 cell phones. All right, I got 2 for work, one for personal, one for work. My wife has the same thing, and then all my kids. Yeah, like please.
Yeah.
Mortgage rates, absolutely. Yes.
Man,
Rent
listen.
rates, absolutely. Insurance, stupid. Austin, I don't want to hear you say nothing about insurance. You live in Colorado. I know insurance in Colorado is cheap. So shut up. Shut up.
I can't say
I live
nothing,
there.
man. I can't say
I live
nothing.
there. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. So yeah, man. You talking about
Listen.
send in some super chat.
Yeah, we need some super chats, dog. Listen, we're gonna need them once we get to the point where we can do that. Get some
Like,
subscribers.
good
we need the
Lord.
super chats, man.
Like,
because God,
not begging for it, but like
Nah,
every
I
little
mean,
bit helps.
everything helps.
But no,
yeah.
real talk, I do at some point, especially when we get closer to the season, and we are a smaller community, I do want to get together and like meet up before a game and like
Yeah.
hang out, tailgate, go to the game together.
Let's do it.
Because the vibes right now
Wait, son, what you doing?
around our brand is absolutely high. And not just because of the expectations either. It's the fun.
Hey, man.
Not the poor side. Well, look, that's why now it makes sense as to why you're able to go to the scrimmages. I mean, you're right up the street from it. Like that's cool, man. Like you're living in a good part of town. Like being right up the street from Alec Box. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Listen, man.
Now I got a buddy of mine who his family is very well off. They have a condo on campus, literally the same apartments where the coaches and stuff stay at. His condo is literally right across in the same block, basically. Like they would see like Les Miles on balconies and everything. So whenever I go tailgate, I go over there. It's not even a true tailgate because we're not like out in the field. Like we're cheating by staying in the condo. So look, I will say this: I haven't been to a baseball game in a minute. And I need to. I was talking to my wife about this. We're coming in. We're taking a weekend and coming up to Baton Rouge in February. But the weekend that we were coming, I think LSU's on the road, so I might try to push it back to the next weekend. The series I want to catch is that Texas A&M series.
Same. Is Texas and Baton Rouge this year first?
Hell no.
It's in Austin.
Yeah, Texas don't come.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go there.
Texas don't want to come to Baton Rouge. They don't want that smoke.
Oh, no.
They don't want that smoke. And it's sad because I think it's like the seventh time that we've gone to Austin. It's not even cool. Like what are we doing here? Let me see. I'm looking at the schedule right now. Tennessee, Ole Miss. Yeah, Texas A&M series is in April. South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Yeah, no, we don't play Texas this year. We play Tennessee. Yeah, we play Tennessee this year.
Yeah, they're about to get walked down.
You can't hide money. You can't hide money. You talking about you can't hide money? You went to Austin last year? Like, come on, man. No. Yeah, the team. You're talking about the team. I know. Yeah, the team did go to Austin last year, and it does suck. Every time LSU plays Texas, they've never come to the box, and I understand why. Like you wouldn't want your players, especially in the portal era, being at the home field of the team who's won 8 national championships. So I get it. You know, like y'all may have a lot of money in Texas, but y'all ain't got a lot of rings. So kick rocks.
Hey, man, listen.
Longhorns, kick rocks.
So your boy will probably be going back to Texas soon from Colorado.
Okay.
But I refuse to move to Austin just because of Texas fans. I'd rather live in Dallas.
Look, so this is funny. My wife and I talked about moving, and when we did, we were talking about Texas. So we haven't been to Texas yet, but she's been to Nashville. She's absolutely in love with Nashville. She loves Nashville. I love Nashville too. So I told her, I said, look, Dallas is nice. I said, and I love Austin as well. I said, but there's 2 big issues with both of those areas. And she was like, what? I said, I hate the Cowboys and their fans. And I said, I hate Texas and their fans.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can live with that year round. And Nashville is cool because, Vandy's very subtle.
Vandy is very subtle. Yeah.
They chill. Even with the year that they had this year, they are very chill. They're very relaxed. They're very humble. They're not like Ole Miss fans who think that they're owed something.
Or Tennessee fans.
God, geez.
And I went to school down the street from there, so just let y'all know.
Knoxville,
it's rough, man.
It's a whole different world, man. So yeah, that's another group that's just terrible.
Yeah.
Like, so, I couldn't. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do Dallas because of Cowboy fans. I don't know if I could do Austin year round.
No.
Like, ooh.
Once I get down that way, we can.
All right.
So we'll talk
Well,
about it.
yeah, you let me know what the plan is, and we're gonna make something shake with that. Like for real.
Well, I'm gonna hop off for the night, but I'm gonna tell you this: we're gonna plan it. I'm letting y'all know right now, 2027 is 100% confirmed. Okay, we're doing it, and we're gonna bring this podcast to the city. So this is his. I'm a partner. I'm doing mine.
Yep.
Starting in February, right?
Yep.
And we're gonna get after it, and I'm ready
Yeah.
for it.
The grind is about to be amazing. It's about to be undeniable. We're about to match that Lane Kiffin energy, and y'all are about to see this thing grow. But we're gonna do this with y'all.
Yeah.
Hold on. Paul asked a very good question. Should we just start ignoring those old Miss accounts? I've stopped interacting with them just to save time and headache. I say the more we f with them, the worse they are. Exactly, and I say the same thing.
Yeah, I don't
Like
even interact.
I don't even interact with them because it's like a crying 2-year-old. The louder they get, the more attention that they want. And if you keep giving them the attention, they're just gonna keep crying more.
100%.
So to make them shut up, stay away from them. That's why they're trying to drag LSU into everything, because they can't get attention on their own.
Right.
They need the attention from us so they can feel validated, so they can feel important. So they can be like, oh, look at me. Look at LSU trying to think about us. So no, like let them have if they're that bright, if they're that big of a brand, let them stand on their own 2 feet.
Yeah.
As long as they're not attacking someone's family, person, like going after your wife and kids, let them talk.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we have every advantage over them. We went and snatched their coach. We snatched their entire offensive staff. We snatched their best defensive players. We would have taken Trinidad Chambliss too. We didn't want to wait on him, and we didn't care to get Keewan Lacey at the end of the day either, because we
Right.
wanted to reinvest that money in other places. So screw them. If they're that big of a brand, let them stand on their own 2 feet, and they can't. That's why they want the attention. Don't let them stress you out at all. Let them have it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're about to see just how different it is here versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is about to fall back into a state of irrelevancy. They had their moment. They flew too close to the sun, and now they're about to find their place right back where they belong, at the bottom of the SEC.
Yeah.
As a Sharpie W on everybody's schedule, outside of Florida, South Carolina, Kentucky, and even Tennessee.
Yeah.
So that's it. I think we'll end the show with that. Once again, thank y'all again for joining us tonight. And look, we went an hour and 45 minutes, y'all. Almost 2 hours longest stream to date. I am going to chop these up in a clip so y'all will see these popping up in your YouTube feeds. I'll post some on X as well. Thank y'all for all the engagement. Share, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Send this out to your peeps, to your fam. We got to get these numbers up. They're trying to keep us quiet, and the only way that we can't keep quiet is if you guys make it loud for us. Need your help with that as well.
Yeah.
Thank
and
y'all.
If you love LSU, let's get it.
Yep. Look, now's the time.
Let's go.
Thank y'all. Have a good night. Love y'all. Peace.